unless you've been living under a rock, the biggest trade in maybe sports history just happened. Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks gets traded for Anthony Davis of the LA Lakers. And there's more to the trade, obviously, but those are the two big pieces. And Ethan, I just want to get your reaction. Where were you when it happened? What were your feelings, bro? You're a Mavericks fan and you're a Lakers fan.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna do that. So how are you feeling, man? This must be very conflicting for you.
It really was. And to set the scene, I was in Houston for my friend's birthday party, and the party's going on, and I'm just on my phone looking at the group chat real quick, and I hear Jason just put the Shams tweet, and I was like, bro, stop playing, bro. Like, is this late at night? Go do something. Go hop on 2K. Go do something. Don't try to ruin my day with this fake Luka news. I leave it alone. 5 minutes, come back. The group chat is blowing up, and I'm like, dog, this isn't real. Like, why are y'all wasting my You're gonna ruin my not my high, but you're gonna ruin my level right now. Like, don't ruin the vibes, please, please, please. Then I see more and more reports about it being true, and I just could not believe it. I was praying, I was hoping that this was not real. Like, oh, I was so upset, bro. Like, it didn't really set in until that drive back from Houston to Dallas. I was like, Luka really got traded. The face of Dallas sports got traded in his prime after coming off a finals trip.
Yeah, let me tell you, man, because I was just getting home after the Royal Rumble. I was watching it with Dylan in San Marcos, and I get back to my house, and Dylan texts me, and he's like, dude, check your phone. And I see the Shams update. The first thing that came to my mind was, dude, he got hacked. There's no way. This is like an NBA 2K trade. Luka Doncic is getting traded from the Dallas Mavericks. He's someone that I never expected to see leave Dallas. I thought he was going to be a for-lifer. And to see that they were the ones who initiated the trade, and the fact that it just happened out of nowhere too. Like, there was no talk about it. No one ever said Luka or AD was unhappy or that there was any chance of them being traded at the deadline. So, yeah, man, I was just as shocked as everyone else. And it's still dumbfounds me why the Mavericks would do that, because the reasoning, Ethan, and we'll get into how you feel about it too, but Anthony Davis, according to Nico Harrison, gives the Mavericks a better chance of winning a championship this year than Luka. This is a team that's just coming off a finals appearance. They're trading a 25-year-old superstar, megastar, for an aging big who also has injury concerns. I just don't get it, man. And you get one first-round pick in exchange when you could have easily told other teams that Luka was available and would have gotten a king's ransom. There were teams that would have given you their 3 best players for Luka, and instead,
you could have probably went to -3 teams in the NBA. You probably could have got, like you said, the 3 best players on their team. And I'm about to go on a little rant for a second, because it's so many different aspects of this, right? The first part, I have to really think of, why would Nico Harris do this? And hearing all the reports that have come out in the last 48, 72 hours, it just really seems like Nico Harris and the Mavs front office, they weren't fucking with Luka. They were sick and tired of his quote unquote weight issues. They were sick and tired of him being out of condition. And I just don't understand why. Because this guy is 25. And if Luka was 27 years old, or not 27, if Luka was 270 pounds, he just got you to the finals, averaging 30, 10, and 10, and he was 270. I don't give a fuck if that's what he was. So what? And now it was another report too that, well, Dallas wasn't sure if they really wanted to pay him the Luka the super max, the 370 or 340 it was, for 4 or 5 years to be on the team. If Luka can't get that money, then who? Then who is worth that money?
Literally.
Then nobody's ever worth that money. I just don't understand it, bro. It just really seems like they was not fucking with Luka behind the scenes.
Yeah, dude. I just the biggest thing that keeps coming up is the weight and like and the injuries. I guess like they kind of build up or whatever, but that doesn't justify trading for Anthony Davis, whose nickname for the last couple of seasons is Day to Davis.
Street clothes, like, and it's not a knock against it. Like,
AD's a great player
to show how good. You know how nuts this shit is? We're treating Anthony Davis like he's Hassan Whiteside. Yeah. We're talking about a first ballot Hall of Famer, a top 15 player in the league, one of the 3-4 best defensive players in the league, and we're treating him like he's just a role player.
Because that's how good Luka is. Yeah. And man, Luka's in his prime, like you said, dude. It's just it's unbelievable. It's malpractice by the organization. The Dallas Mavericks hate their fans.
Like, I don't know. Like, I just want to, like, I'm it's hard because I've given Nico a lot of credit of how he's been able to build the Mavs the last 3-4 years. He has turned that roster completely upside down, made it in his image, literally, and made them contenders. And I gave him credit. I gave him so much leeway for it. But Nico Harris did not earn the right to trade Luka Doncic. Nico Harris did not. If Nico Harris had been the one to draft Luka Doncic, if Nico Harris had been there before Luka and built this team from since then I could be like, you know what? He has enough cachet. He has enough reputation with the city of Dallas that he can not necessarily get away, but that people will be able to hear him out. But he doesn't. He doesn't. And then for him to have that tone-deaf press conference, which is going to go down as one of the worst press conferences I've ever seen a GM do, where he's laughing in the interview. He's answering too much questions. He's giving too much information, telling the fans that the Mavs owner thought he was joking at first when he brought up the idea. Pelinka was confused and didn't understand the idea. He brought the idea to Pelinka for AD.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the other way around. He didn't want to tell anybody because he was worried about it leaking and Luka and his agent gaining leverage. Because he's absolutely right. If Luka found out he was going to trade him, the Mavs' public outrage, no way would Nico been able to do that. No way he would have been able to do that. And it was some sneaky, underhanded backdoor. It was some slime ball fucking shit what he did to Luka. It really was. It really was. And to do that to a player like I live in Dallas. Luka's my favorite player. They slimed him out, dog. That cool son. Like, I feel like Nick looking too much into it from an X's and O's perspective. And I still think he got it wrong on that side.
Yeah, because like I won't doubt the Mavericks are probably going to be pretty good this season. They'll probably make a good playoff run with AD and Kyrie, and the rest of the team is solid. But to me, this is a team that you built around Luka, and now Luka's not there anymore. And I don't know, man. It's just I kind of feel for you, but I kind of don't, because at the same time, I'm eating over here as a Spurs fan.
I know you are.
Trade deadline has been great to me, and yeah, we'll get to me. But like, to stay on the Luka thing, the fact that he went to the Lakers too, man, like this shit's just it sucks. Nuts. It sucks, dude.
Oh. And I like, don't get me wrong. If I would have rather him leave Dallas for any team, it was the Lakers. I would have loved to see him in that purple and gold. It just wasn't time yet. Yeah. Luka was supposed to be 30, 31. Have a championship with Dallas.
Yeah.
Like, win one championship, have 2 MVPs with Dallas, and then get a shot to go play with the Lakers. It wasn't supposed to be like this, dog. He was supposed to finish as the all-time scorer, officially be the best player in franchise history, and now that's not going to happen because Luka, best believe, I hear Mavs say, even I fell into the delusion a little bit. Hey, maybe in 4 years, Nico will get fired and Luka's contract will run up. Luka will never play for the Mavericks again.
No,
for what they just did to him. Rightfully so. I would never play for them again. What they just did to him.
Yeah, it's rough. Did you see there's some Texas State students who went out to the statue in the at the square?
I saw that.
Yeah. It's Yeah, that's awesome. But
from the Lakers perspective, like if I put my Lakers cap on right now, this is officially the start of the rebuild.
Yeah.
This is officially the start of the rebuild because this is the first time in LeBron James's career where he's not the best player on the team.
Well, let's think about it, dude. I mean, I think there's a case to be made that AD had been playing better than LeBron at some point, but this is Luka that we're talking about. And Luka, at this point in time, we were talking about him as a top 3 basketball player in the world.
I think he's the best playoff riser in basketball. Nobody plays better in the playoffs than Luka does.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to ask you is knowing that the Lakers aren't going to move off LeBron, or at least that's what the reports are. A lot can happen. We're recording this Monday night, so trade deadline will be on Thursday. So we'll see what happens, but it looks like LeBron is going to be staying in LA. Do you think they will make a trade this offseason to make them competitive while they still have Luka and LeBron? Because as of right now, they're still in the Western playoff picture. Yeah, they're still in very good position. And if Luka's injury isn't as bad as people thought it was and they get a decent big, I think this team kind of could make a push, and they'd be scary to see with LeBron and Luka running the show.
Yeah, I think the biggest concern is defensively, right? Like Luka is not really going to play that much defense as of right now. I think LeBron's about to get him on that 0 dark 30 training camp this offseason, and we're about to see Luka's already, I think, the biggest heel in basketball. He's about to take that shit to another level.
We're about to see Luka at like 180 this year.
You think I'm fat? You think I can't condition? Watch fucking this. Watch this. Watch what I'm about to do. I think it's going to be insane. I think it's going to be insane.
Offseason, he's going to have a 6-pack abs, bro. Yeah, just fucking shredded.
Bro, think about how much money the Mavs cost Luka not giving him that Supermax.
Oh,
He's now he went from the state with the lowest state income tax to now the state with the highest state income tax, and he's gonna get paid less money annually. He is livid right now, because he grew up in Dallas, bro. Let's keep a spade a spade. He grew up in Dallas. He was planning on really spending the rest of his career. Unless something comes out, Luka has made it pretty clear in his letter to Dallas, in his quotes, that he wanted to be a Dallas Maverick forever. And if I'm the Lakers, like you said, I'm Braun, like, yeah, we want you a part of this team, but if you want to go, where do you want to go? Like, we're going to get a haul back for you, and then we're going to build Luka, because someone's going to come play with Luka in the next 2 years. Best believe these are going to come play for Luka in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
If they get a big, they get more shooters, they're probably going to flip Austin Reeves, because now that Luka's on the team, it kind of makes Austin Reeves' role irrelevant as one of the primary ball handlers. When you have Luka and Braun, it's like, we don't need you. You're not better at Luka than anything.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe Austin Reeves will now be a little more, because I know that was one of the players that they didn't want to trade during this deadline, but maybe it makes him a little more expendable now that you have Luka on the roster.